There's a quiet moment most men never notice when she looks at you and turns away, pretending she didn't. You think it's nothing? But in that silence, a story is being told. As Marcus Aurelius said, the truth of a man is seen in how he perceives what's not said. If you can read the unseen, the space between words, the glance that lingers, you'll begin to understand what most men never will. In today's world, everyone talks about independence and boundaries. Yet deep down, women still crave connection, not with just anyone, but with a man who carries calm, strength, and presence. They won't say it directly. They'll show it through subtle gestures, quiet glances, small movements that invite without exposing vulnerability. Most men are blind to these signals. You've probably heard, "Don't bother her, or she'll tell you if she's interested." But attraction doesn't speak that way. As Seneca said, what we do not say often reveals more than what we speak. A woman's language of interest is emotional, not verbal. She gives small signals, hoping you'll see them. Approaching first feels risky, so she opens quiet doors, a look, a smile, a moment that lasts too long. Imagine she's across the room, pretending to check her phone. Her body leans your way. Her eyes drift to you again and again. That's not coincidence, it's invitation. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you interpret it that matters." When you ignore the signs, she assumes you're either uninterested or too uncertain to lead. Nothing fades attraction faster than hesitation. Attraction doesn't shout. It whispers. It reveals itself between moments. Your job isn't to chase, it's to notice. Once you see what others overlook, you stop playing the game and start mastering it. There's something powerful about a woman's eyes, the way they hold you before a single word is spoken. Most men miss it because they're waiting for something obvious, like a wave or a smile. But women rarely make the first move. They invite. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Observe what is said and what is left unsaid." Eye contact is her silent invitation. A single glance may mean nothing, but when she looks twice, when her eyes meet yours again after turning away, that's not accident, that's intention. Imagine this, you're sitting in a cafe. She looks up from her book. Your eyes meet for just a moment, then she looks down, pretending to read. A minute later, she glances again. This time with a faint smile she tries to hide. That's her way of saying, "I see you," Seneca wrote. We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more in imagination than in reality. Most men doubt what they see, convincing themselves it's coincidence. But when you do that, you miss the moment. Epictetus said, "Only the educated are free." Awareness is freedom, the ability to read what's real instead of what fear tells you. A woman's repeated eye contact is not about games. It's her way of lowering the wall, of giving you permission to step forward. When her gaze lingers, she's not challenging your confidence, she's testing your presence. Don't overthink. Don't wait. Meet her energy with calm strength. Because when you recognize what her eyes reveal, you're not chasing, you're connecting. Attraction isn't spoken. It's felt in the quiet seconds where two souls recognize each other without a word. A smile can be a whisper or a storm, and most men can't tell the difference. Some smiles are polite, quick, and empty. Others linger, soft, warm, and meant for you. The truth lies not in her lips, but in her eyes. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." When a woman's thoughts are drawn to you, her whole expression changes. Her eyes glow. Her face softens. Her smile isn't social, it's personal. Picture this. She's across the room, talking with friends. She looks your way, smiles just long enough to make you wonder, then turns back. Moments later, it happens again. That repetition isn't random. That's an invitation. Seneca wrote, "To be loved, love." Her smile is her way of showing comfort, of lowering her guard. But most men second-guess it, assuming she's just being nice. And in doing so, they kill the moment before it's born. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens, but how you respond to it." The wise man doesn't rush, but he also doesn't hesitate. When her smile feels directed, genuine, soft, and returning more than once, Respond with calm presence, not fear. Her smile is a mirror of your energy. If you meet it with strength and composure, connection grows. But if you doubt it, it fades. Remember, attraction doesn't speak loudly. Sometimes it's just a quiet smile that says, "I see you." A woman's presence is never accidental. When she finds reasons to be near you, to pass by, to stand close, to linger a little longer, that's not coincidence. That's communication without words. Marcus Aurelius said the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. When her thoughts turn toward you, her body naturally follows. She might sit closer than necessary, or choose a path that crosses yours again and again. It's her way of closing the distance without losing her grace. Seneca wrote, "Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity." A confident man sees these moments as openings, not luck. He doesn't chase. He simply recognizes presence for what it is, an unspoken invitation. Imagine you're at a bar. She could have stood anywhere, but she's just a few feet from you. Her drink is finished, yet she doesn't leave. She's giving you a chance to step forward. She's saying silently, "I'm here. Will you meet me halfway?" Epictetus taught, "No man is free who is not master of himself." So stay grounded. Don't rush, don't assume, notice. Read her energy. Respond with calm certainty, not desperation. A woman who keeps finding her way into your space isn't lost. She's showing you interest wrapped in subtlety. And the man who sees it not with his eyes but with his awareness never has to chase. He simply stands firm, and she comes closer. A woman's body often tells the truth her words can't. You might hear her speak casually or act distracted, but her posture, her direction, reveals everything. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The body reflects the mind." When a woman is drawn to you, her body leans toward you without her realizing. Her shoulders align with yours, her knees and feet point your way. It's instinct, not performance. Seneca wrote, "Speech is but a reflection of the soul." So when she faces you, even while pretending to talk with someone else, she's communicating interest at a level deeper than words. It's her quiet way of saying, "You have my attention." Imagine this. She's in a crowded room, yet her body keeps finding its way back toward you. Her arms are open, her stance relaxed. She's not trying to impress, she's at ease. Attraction speaks through openness. Epictetus reminded us, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. In this case, listen with your eyes. Watch her body language. Read what her presence is telling you. Women rarely say, "I like you" outright, but they'll show it through alignment, through energy that leans closer, not away. The man who sees this doesn't chase attention. He responds to connection. Her body is the message. Learn to read it, not with need, but with calm awareness. Because when you notice her quiet openness, you don't need words to know what's already being said. Sometimes attraction speaks through the smallest movements, a woman touching her hair, adjusting her necklace, or lingering near you longer than needed. These aren't random gestures. They're signals wrapped in grace. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Look within. Within is the fountain of good." When a woman feels drawn to you, her awareness turns inward. Suddenly she becomes conscious of how she looks, how she moves. The gentle touch of her hair or the way she plays with her jewelry is her energy expressing attention. Imagine this. She's across the room laughing with friends, but every time her eyes meet yours, her fingers brush her hair. It's not vanity, it's awareness. Her body is quietly saying, "I feel your presence," Seneca wrote. "He who is brave is free." It takes courage, even in small ways, for a woman to stay near a man she desires. When she lingers in your space, pretending to scroll her phone or talking with someone just to remain close, that's her way of inviting you without losing her composure. Epictetus taught, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." A grounded man doesn't rush to interpret. He observes. He listens to her actions, not just her words. When she stays near after every reason to leave, it's not coincidence, it's intention. A woman's subtle touch and quiet presence are her language of comfort and curiosity. The wise man doesn't chase it. He honors it with calm strength and silent confidence. Because true connection doesn't shout, it simply stays. Attraction doesn't last forever. A woman may give every silent signal, her eyes, her smile, her nearness, but if you don't act, her interest fades like smoke in the wind. Marcus Aurelius said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." In the same way, waste no moment debating whether she's interested. If her energy invites you, meet it with quiet courage. A man of presence doesn't wait for permission. Imagine this. She looks your way, smiles, lingers near you. You hesitate, thinking you'll have another chance. Minutes pass, and her warmth turns cold. Someone else steps in, not because he's better, but because he acted while you doubted. That's how attraction dies. Not by rejection, but by hesitation. Seneca wrote, "While we wait for life, life passes." The Stoic man understands that timing matters. Confidence is not loud. It's decisive. It moves without rush, but never freezes in fear. Epictetus taught, don't explain your philosophy. Embody it. You don't need grand gestures. A simple hello, a calm smile, steady eye contact, that's all it takes. It's not about control. It's about awareness and courage in the moment. Remember this, women respect decisiveness, not perfection. They respond to energy that leads, not hesitates. So when the signs are clear, her gaze, her openness, her presence step forward. Not to impress, but to express. Because inaction kills attraction faster than rejection ever could. The Stoics remind us, time is fleeting, moments are rare. See the signs, act with calm strength, and never let hesitation rob you of connection again.